Feeds electric on the scroll. Down, tech reflected. Feel the code. Now you're being directed. Frank's world on your screen. I'm never alone. Insights in a stream. In the digital zone. Frank's world on your screen. I'm never alone. Insights in a stream. In the digital zone.
Hello, LinkedIn, YouTube, Twitch, and Facebook. My name is Frank Lavinia. You can catch me below on the following socials. And I just wanted to share that I have got an early Father's Day gift, and it has really changed the way I read. And I know it's only been a week, right? So let's do this. So I've been a big fan of Kindle. I actually had a Nook once upon a time. And those of you who know me for a while know that I'm also a big fan of pen-based computing, right? Stylus and whatever you want to call it. That has been a major form factor for, well, since cuneiform, right? Since the beginning. So clearly it maps well for most people's nervous systems, et cetera, et cetera. There's also just something satisfying about writing something out longhand. Now, while I could use actual pen and paper, which is, of course, the cheapest option, I like the ability here to carry an entire library's worth of books and reading with me wherever I go. So to that end, I picked up this, plus this really sweet cover, which is kind of funny, takes me back. I have the ability here to download, or let me start that over. I have the ability here to read books. This is currently, I believe, LLM engineering. We'll get into where I got that in a minute. But I can basically, take a look at this code. I can highlight this. Oops. I can underline it. I have an option to underline. And if you look, I have that underline. I also have the option of writing in a virtual margin. So I can write notes, some ideas and whatnot. And if that weren't cool enough, I also have the ability to have custom notebooks. Okay. So here's a to-do list template that they have. This is also graph paper, lined, unlined, blank paper, that sort of thing. So you really have the ability here to write and take notes in a form factor that is convenient and also free of distractions. Now, I know Kindle Scribe isn't the only option on the market. I've been looking at Remarkable 2 tablet for a while. The Remarkable tablet also has kind of the same kind of vibe, right? I can draw FW live, I don't know, whatever. The feel is very natural. It's different than, say, an iPad with the I don't know, Apple Pencil or iPen or whatever they call it. That has too much of a writing on glass feel. It doesn't have that natural paper feel. I will say that the designers here made a really good conscious effort to make it feel like you're writing on actual paper. Now, I know I'm not, but I do like that. I like the fact that it has a pretty solid battery life, right? E-ink displays are very efficient. I like the fact that I can take advantage of my Kindle library that I have, and I do have a fair bit of Kindle books there. Yes, that was Hands-On Large Language Models was the name of the book. I like the fact that the screen here is close, not exactly, to an 8.5 by 11 display. It's not perfect. When I can, I will either use an EPUB or Mobi or the native Amazon format. It does tend to work better than if I download a PDF, because PDF, it shrinks it just enough to make my eyes go crazy. And shame on Amazon for not having a better way to zoom and like reformat that. That would probably be my number one complaint, but that's a Kindle problem. I used to have a Kindle Paperwhite. I liked it, really good, but it was small, and small is good, but it just felt like I was constantly changing the page. This has a much closer to a book feel. It does have a very natural kind of good feel in the hand. It lasts a pretty good long time, and I love the case options that are available for it. Now I know there are other tools. There was the Remarkable notebook, which is really good for taking notes in a distraction-free way. But the problem with that was, quite honestly, the problem with that is the cost, right? It was significantly expensive. Yeah, you can get a refurb one of these for about $300 US, obviously. Um, there's also an excellent tablet that, shout out to Grant Shipley, also at Red Hat, who has something called the Books, Boox, and it is a 8.5. The actual e-ink space is A4 or 8.5 by 11. That would be ideal because you can just download PDFs, right, and not have to worry about any kind of resizing or whatever. However, the price of that was closer to $700. Like, again, I wanted to see if I'd like the form factor. I want to see if I use it, because I plenty of gadgets that I'm like I couldn't live without, and then shortly, after having it, So there's definitely the ability to kind of take books with me on the go. I already have an existing Kindle library, so being tied to Kindle or getting untied from Kindle isn't a major priority for me right now. And that having been said, I get a lot of books, as you know, from Humble Bundle. Humble Bundle does not pay me to talk about them or whatnot, and there's the URL. And they don't pay me to do this. They don't, but I do love what they do. Is that basically you buy a book from them, and you let me see if I can share that tab. You can buy books, games, etc. And I'll show you where I got the AI books I'm currently reading. There we go. So if you go to humblebundle.com, most of it's games. I don't really play games anymore, although there is an Expanse game trailer I saw that might get me back into it. But if we look, you can go by categories. So let's just do books, right? Actually, this is the one I bought. So you basically get all of these books, 17 books, for $25. If you want to spend less, for $1, you can get this book. Actually, I read this a long time ago, that one. $18 for 3 items. So clearly they want you to buy the whole kit and caboodle. I have this book loaded. And what's really nice is I can download this. Not all book deals have them as PDFs and other formats, but this one did. I think it's a Mobi format, so I can send that to my Kindle, and it effectively will resize and kind of work much better with the e-reader format as opposed to PDF, which PDF was originally designed to mimic and preserve the formatting on paper, right? So that's why you have that difference. There's also tools you could convert PDFs over to this, right? I am reading the one with the kangaroo on it. Really good book. I'm getting a lot out of it. Some of the fundamentals of how tokenization works, things like that. Let me know in the comments below if you want me to do a review for the book. I definitely will. But I like the ability to just take it wherever I go and read it. There's also software that they have here. Some of these are learning game development, sound effects, 3D artists. There's also courseware and things like that. So I highly recommend you check it out. So when you buy something from them, there's always a charity that goes with it. Code for America, which is a organization that in my first stint at Microsoft, we did a lot of work with. The short of it is that I like it. It's a good price point. If I find this form factor useful, maybe I will spring for the upgrade to or the extended cost of a Books or a Remarkable. But for now, with 1 week in, I'm really liking it. I'm really enjoying the usefulness I get out of it. And if I have any complaints, I'll also share that too. But so far, no. I think the only complaint I have is all Kindles suffer from the, they don't make it easy to import PDFs and make it so you either see it like shrunk to the screen or like, blown up ridiculously, which for reading is very disruptive. And I know that there are tools out there. Caliber, I think, is the main one that will do it. I haven't really played much with Caliber in a while, but I'm enjoying this. I think it's useful. And let me know what you think. What's your favorite e-reader of choice? And with that, I think I'm going to end the stream because the dogs are getting restless and I've got a bunch of other stuff to do today. All right. Let me know in the comments below. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. What else did I miss that's kind of a cliche on YouTube and the social medias? That's all I got. Have a good one.